Well, a couple hours has went by now. Still the 25th. And yeah, just got a giant windstorm. All the rain stayed south and east of me. So it's been dumping rain on them. I've got a couple little sprinkles, but just mainly wind. Lots and lots of wind. But see that thing right there? It looks like a giant bush or tree. Believe it or not, that's a poke plant. And people don't believe me. Usually they get about, I don't know, 5-6 foot normally. And that thing has got to be at least 10-12 feet. I'd say maybe 12 at its highest point. Absolutely crazy. So, sun's came back out. Got a robin over there on the ground, seeing what she can find. And I guess we'll see what happens later. Okay, July 3rd, a little after 6 p.m., Douglas County, Missouri. After a scorchingly hot day, we got a little blip on the radar just south of us. And the wind is starting to move a little bit. Well, that's a blessing in disguise. And we're overcast. I can feel a little bit of coolness in the air, which is always a good sign. We'll see if we get anything. That was a weird flash. Well, it's getting closer. You can see how dark it is off there to the southwest. Trees are definitely starting to pick up because of the wind. Trees are starting to pick up, yeah. It's just a few miles from me. Let's see what it does. It's really taking its time. Well, it finally decided to start raining. That's a miracle. I really didn't think it was going to happen. But there it is. Lots of thunder, lots of lightning. The wind has settled down. It's moving north. And going to get at least a good little decent rain out of this. I just wish it'd cool down our temperatures. Well, it is now the 4th of July. That's right. And I can hear a few little fireworks, but that's not fireworks that you see in the sky. I guess nature has decided to put on its own fireworks show. So in we go after another 100-degree day. And we'll catch you tomorrow and see what's in the garden. Okay, now it is July 5th, day after 4th of July. So, ended up with an inch of rain in about a 24-hour period. The balsams are blooming. And going over here to the tomatoes, though, we didn't make it. I was very disappointed. I was really hoping for that first red tomato, the beginning of the 4th of July, but that didn't happen. And it's unfortunate because, as you can see here, if I can pull it here, I mean, these tomatoes are as big as my hand, and they have yet to turn. And they are really, see, I mean, I've got, it's hard to see through all these vines. Just a bunch of them, and they're really weighting down my vine. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull those and let them ripen off the vine, because I sure do not want the bugs to get to them and eat them and tear them all up before they're ripe. So let's go over here and see what's going on the other side. Okay, here I am over on the other side, and as you can see, I never got to explain this, but I had put down a bunch of cardboard that I had saved from last year. They were boxes, and I tore them down, and I put them out so the grass in the spring would not grow up, and I just weighted it down with like brick and rock. And there's a couple of little sections where they popped through, but all of this is my pumpkins and my butternut squash, and this is all my zucchini, which you can see this zucchini is about, the plant itself is 3 foot high, and you can tell it reaches all over, but you can kind of tell inside there we're getting this golden zucchini on, so that's good. Over here, this is kind of a menagerie. This is some milkweed. I've got my hair in my mouth. My okra is coming up in just this little patch here. I'm not too worried about the grass because it's okay. Well, I got cut off, but here in the corner, I planted these watermelon late, so I just popped them in the corner there, even though I've got some over on the other side growing out of pots. But as you can see, the zinnias, they're just starting to bloom, and I have them kind of coming up sporadically here and there within the plant. So that'll look pretty, but that's about it for the first week of July. Just waiting for everything to start coming on. So leave you with some pretty pics, and I'll see you next time.